Wow, there goes the rain. You can really hear it out there. I don't know if you can hear it in this review or not. So welcome back to Green Light Cinema. I am Brandon, the founder of Green Light Cinema. Good to have you guys with me. We're going to be discussing today Perry Mason and a little bit of Fargo. That's why I'm wearing my shirt today. But yeah, the last episode, we're going to be, this is a little bit of a review and recap of the last episode of Perry Mason from HBO. And we got a little bit of things to discuss here and talk about. But yeah, I want to get into Fargo. We've had a couple of teaser trailers, and I always like make a little something about Fargo. And I'm not being paid by FX or endorsed or anything, but you'd think so. Just, I'm a hardcore fan when it comes to Fargo. But I guess where season 4 has been put on hold for so long, it's like it don't even feel like it's really gonna happen. Like, but it's really happening. I don't know if anyone's seen it or not, but September 21st is going to be the premiere date. Now, the crazy thing is with this, they haven't even completed any of, or they haven't completed the rest of the episodes. So we're going to be seeing something that's not even completed yet all the way through. So that's going to be different, interesting, and I can't wait for that. I believe that someone on one of the Fargo groups said they did that with season 3 a little bit. I don't remember that, but if that happened, that's pretty impressive writing and timing. It really is. But and you know, also, where's my check, FX? Yeah, I put in Herman's malt before y'all's little teaser. Now, I'm picking. I enjoyed that. That was really wild. Yeah, but remember I was doing, you know, the review for season 2. And I did like a little fan-made trailer of like Kansas City in the 50s or whatever. I live in a rural town, so I was like, I can make this easily possibly look like it's from the 50s or something like that. And I used FX's little teaser thing that we got of Chris Rock and the other guy. I'm not sure, Lloyd Cannon is going to be his name. We get to see them two or whatever, and they're just kind of like waiting. And I was like, what would be perfect for this? And I was like, Dodge Shakedown. That's what the song's called. It's Dodge Shakedown. And I was like, where's my check, FX? Because... And then when you see it, it makes you think, like, But no, if I did help out with any inspiration on that, that's really cool. But no, I'm glad they chose Herman's Mall, because like, this does remind me of season 2 already. But okay, alright, we're going to talk about Perry Mason now. First off, I want to get into a couple of notes I took down here. And I started off saying this, which, I mean, there's no reason why you can't like both shows. But I have my opinions, and we all have our opinions and thoughts here. But like, you know, what's better here, Perry Mason or Fargo? Why I say that is because, you know, Fargo, a lot like other shows, has these different characters and different stories and different locations, and, you know, that's always interesting. Like when I'm talking about, like, season 1, you have Lester Nygaard, and then we're in 2005, or 2006, I believe. Season 2, we're in 79. Yeah, and then, you know, it's jumping around all over the place. Season 3, we're in 2010. It's just like all these different characters. And like, for once, it's nice to finally see a show that you can hang on to these characters and get used to them. Like, it's okay to be comfortable with these characters. Hopefully they're not going anywhere. I'll be getting into that a little bit later. But yeah, like, that's my thing with this, is I'm happy to finally see a little consistency. Now, am I saying that every show has to go with this? No, I believe that is very cool. I mean, True Detective does this many shows. I'm trying to think of the other show Noah Haley does on FX. the American Horror Story. You know, all of it's like an anthology type thing. But right now, Perry Mason is like, it's series, you know, from the novels and then based on the old show, of course. But I love that, though. I like consistency in my shows. You know, at first, it's kind of new and exciting. Like with season 4 with Fargo. I'm excited to see that we're in the 50s. But the thing about it is, though, we're getting kind of like I've heard this is going to be like Kansas City with maybe Mike Milligan or something like that right there. So we're getting a little bit of familiarity there. And I guess that's why I'm a little into this season. I'm into season 2, you know. I haven't even seen the season yet, but I'm like, I feel like I'm going to really love this. I love period pieces. And everyone that knows that follows me on here knows I love period pieces. I just can't stop talking about 70s, 50s, 30s, all them time period pieces and little shows and things. I look for like the little old hamburger helper boxes like in Fargo season 2. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. How'd y'all do that? How'd y'all get that? I'm sorry. But yes, you know, I like that about Perry Mason now that we have this, so this is how the show ends. Spoilers, right? Just going ahead and throwing out spoilers. Mistrial. And it was interesting, like, how this mistrial occurred. Like, I kind of seen something like this was going to happen. And the whole Emily Dotson thing, like, she was just a wild character, but she really straightened up in the last part. And I was really glad about that. And this episode left me wanting more. And I'm so happy to see that we're going to be getting a season 2, whenever that will be. Take your time with it, no rush, or rush a little. I'm sorry, I do love this show. And so this show's really good, though, and it ended, I think, in some ways that a lot of people didn't like or something. Like, I'd read online, like, some people were like, oh, I wanted a little bit more or something like that. I thought it ended perfectly. And why I wrote this down was because I've never seen a show. See, a lot of times I watch a series or show, I think, like, to the ending of something, I'm like, oh, man, like, that's a shame, or that's weird. I would maybe wrote that a little bit differently. This show, I didn't have that problem. This show, I was like, I bet this will happen, and I bet this will happen. No, this critic was wrong on a couple of things, and I actually like to be wrong on a couple of things on that. And I was like, oh, well. So, you know, there's Alice. She's working at a cafe. Paul Drake found her and everything like that. We're already back to the 50s, kind of like, in a way. We're in the 30s still. I think a few months have rolled by because we see the other Charlie Dotson. That's weird. With long hair, and he's with, you know, Emily or whatever, and they're like at some like event, but Alice has got herself away from all that and wants to live a normal, quiet life, apparently. And then so that was quite interesting, and it'd be kind of neat to see her maybe come back up or something like that. I wonder if this will come back because where it was a mistrial, you know, you'd have to probably squeeze it in like 3rd episode or something, but I do want to see something a little bit new. I feel like it'd almost be redundant to bring the Emily Dotson case back up. But, so yeah, we got that going on, the mistrial. Pete, oh man, I like Pete. And I thought that maybe him and Paul might work together, you know, but that's interesting. Him working for Hamilton Burger. I'm so excited to see how that's going to play out. Because we see how Perry and Hamilton are in the series. I mean, they're like, well, mostly Hamilton. But in the new season, like, that little brief fantasy of the courtroom scene, it was like Perry was like flipping out. And I mean, I've never seen that in the 50s, you know, he's always more reserved.
A date to sell the perfected Martin formula to Mr. Carlos Silva of Mexico, so you didn't dare wake Fallon.
All right. Fallon was there asleep. I saw him. But I didn't kill Thompson.
No? The killer was Thompson's accomplice. He had doctored the books.
But that'd be interesting to see in courtroom in the new season. But yeah, like this episode left me wanting more, and I'm so excited to see that it's getting a season 2. It ends in like the best way possible. Like I said, it ended perfect for me because a lot of the good stuff I didn't see coming got to happen in this episode. Like, you know, I didn't know or realize, I didn't even think that Perry would give up that farm. I really thought his heart was attached to it, but he did the reasonable thing. He took the $10,000. Drank a bottle of alcohol and just kind of was like, hey, take care of the cows for me. I love that. That was so cool. And, you know, he's this big hotshot lawyer that we've always known and seen, now living in probably the big city. I wonder if he's living in the law office. But I think it's cool that Della's going to be going to school to get her law degree. I'm excited to see where this is going to go. So, yeah. That was rough death with Ennis, man. Gosh, I have not had a death scene so impact me so hard since I seen Dodd get murdered.
Brace you, mongrel. Just shoot these two and get me to a goddamn hospital.
Oh my God!
Can I do it?
This guy was a bad guy, though. Like, it was okay for him to die, but this violently, ooh, he got drowned to death, in case anyone didn't see that, by a flood of men. They first ambushed him, right? Hey, they're just talking, him and that, I can't think, Holcomb. Him and Holcomb are talking, Ennis and Holcomb. They're like, hey, you know, will you tell my wife something happened? Yeah, you know. Boom! Ennis gets knocked on the back of the head, thrown in a water fountain by a bunch of men, and they drown him to death. I'm like, oh, like, this guy was mean, heartless, racist, fascist, and just all the ways mean. But that was a rough death scene. But hey, I'm glad that guy's gone. I was so scared that he was going to hurt Paul Drake and his family. Like, I want to talk about Paul for a minute. I like Paul Drake, and it is so cool just to see him in this. Like, I don't know, like, he seemed like more of like a Pete Strickland type in the 50s, but like, Paul's so reserved, smart, and just kind of like, and he's like, here's the receipt, you know, when he found Alice, but he said it like, he's like this right here, and it cracked me up, was like, or you could just take my word for it. Like, he's just, and like the ending part when he hands over his badge and gun, and he's like, there you go, Joe, hands him that dirty money too. I don't know who this actor is. I love this guy, though. But, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here. This was a really cool season. This was a very cool series. And I am very, very, very excited about Perry Mason, season 2, and more upcoming episodes. I'm still watching the old episodes along with it. And also, let's give it a big shout out for Fargo season 4 finally coming out. Yes! On September 21st. I am so psyched, guys. I've got a lot of work to do. I can't wait to start reviewing on and working on that show and seeing that show. I heard that the first episode's going to be like way longer of a Fargo episode than we've ever gotten. So it's going to probably be very good. But I hope y'all like this episode, and thanks for watching this. And I'm going to be, like I said, working on more reviews. Some more Worst of the Worst are going to be coming. But I need to get this Perry Mason review out. And also got other projects I'm working on. So yeah, very excited. Hope you guys enjoyed my videos though. And if you guys hadn't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much. Bye.